One thing that all of us have known and KTM India have admitted to is that the previous generation of KTM 390 Adventures were largely road bikes that could do some off-roading as well. That equation has changed completely with this motorcycle. This is the new 390 Adventure, and we've been riding it around for a few hours yesterday on the road and on this lovely off-road terrain. In case you don't have time to continue watching this video, let me assure you that this motorcycle is much better than its predecessors in every regard. Now, if you want to find out why, keep watching the video. With the addition of a comprehensive electronic suite, something which is unique to this motorcycle in this segment, KTM have made the 390 Adventure accessible to a wide spectrum of riders. Somebody from an absolute beginner to a professional can use the motorcycle to the best of their limits because they have that much control over things including throttle control and traction control plus ABS. The engine of the 390 Adventure is straight from the new Duke. This is the LC4C, makes the same levels of power and torque. What is different is that it gets a shorter final drive gearing, 3 more teeth at the rear sprocket. This engine is absolutely top class in terms of performance. There is a good wide power band and an equally healthy band of torque, which means regardless of how you choose it to ride on the trails, be it standing up and sedately enjoying the sunset or picking up the front wheel and gassing it down the straight, this motorcycle can do all of it. And the only thing we would like to see some improvement in is the refinement, especially in the 4,000 to 6,000 RPM band, because although it is more refined than its predecessors, we believe that a touring motorcycle should have a little bit more refinement. This is a WP Apex open cartridge front fork, and it offers adjustment for compression and rebound, whereas the monoshock offers adjustment for rebound and preload. So getting the right kind of setup is something that is largely dependent on the rider. Now, regardless of what setup one chooses, the KTM Adventure supports it because the brakes are sharp, precise, and deliver exactly what the rider needs. And finally, the tires. The Apollo Trampler units offer very good grip on the road and just the right balance of grip and slip on terrain like this. So the fun to be had with this motorcycle is immense. There are many changes with the 390 Adventure, but the one that makes most difference to me is the wheel setup. We now have a 21-inch unit at the front and a 17-inch unit at the rear, which properly propels this motorcycle into Himalayan 450 territory. Plus, this motorcycle weighs a relatively light 182 kilograms, which makes it much easier and much less tiring in terrain like this. With these wheels, KTM have offered us the best of both worlds. You have the durability that comes from that construction, plus it also has the ability to run tubeless tires. That's right, air will not escape through the spokes this time, or at least that's what they claim. And so far, we have had no problems on that front. In its fight with the Himalayan 450, the deciding factor is ultimately going to be price, because this motorcycle costs a whopping 3.68 lakh ex-showroom.